This is the Corsair AX850. I've had a lot of requests to have a look at the AX series. So this is the 850 watt version from the AX series. I'm actually going to check out the 750 as well as the 1200, so we can talk a little about what the differences are between these three models, but I haven't seen those ones yet, so I won't be able to talk about any differences today. So this is a high-performance ATX power supply. Why, thank you, Corsair. Thank you for telling me that. That is so incredibly helpful. What's high performance about it is this is the one of the most efficient power supplies on the market. This is 80 plus gold. Okay, so that means that it achieves basically 80 plus gold is almost like 90 plus. Because at about a 50% load, which realistically, if you're running like a pretty high-end gaming machine, a couple GTX 460s, a quad core, that's about what you're gonna see. You're gonna run, even at 120 volt AC, you're gonna run at almost 90% efficiency. Okay, so okay, I exaggerated a little bit. It's not 90 plus, but the way 80 plus is measured is that it has to achieve at least, I believe this one is 88 to 89% for 80 plus gold at very low load, very high load, as well as at medium load. So that's pretty cool. All right, so here on the back, they also talk a little bit about what connectors it has. They talk about the true modular cabling system. So all cables are detachable from the power supply now, whereas Corsair's power supplies used to have hardwired 24 pin, as well as I believe EPS connectors. Incredible efficiency, so yeah, with 90% efficiency, and they're talking about 220 volt for the most part there, which most people in North America are not running. So the Corsair Advantage with more than 15 years experience. Okay, and then the last thing we should probably also say before we even open the box is it comes with a 7-year warranty. So Corsair's warranty service is legendary. And with a 7 years of coverage from their warranty service, you can pretty much rest assured that if anything goes wrong, they will replace it for you, they will get you taken care of, and you will be a happy Corsair customer. I've actually personally RMA'd something from Corsair. I don't remember what it was, but I remember just they got back to me really fast, and yeah. I think the best RMA experiences are the ones that you don't really remember, because that means that something went right and nothing went wrong. Okay, so industry-leading protection. Oh yeah, they've got an EUP logo on here as well. So that's that new green thing. I don't remember exactly what the requirements are, but it's on there. So it uses a different kind of box from Corsair's previous power supplies. You can see we've got a sleeve here, and then we have their more traditional box shape underneath, which is sealed again. Look at that. So I get to unbox more things in this particular episode. Look at that. Break more seals. I do like breaking seals. And not clubbing seals. Not all Canadians are into that. Okay. So here's our manual. It is in English, Francais, Deutsch, and that pretty much covers all the ones that I sort of remotely even know how to say. Maybe a cameraman can contribute this one for us. Ruski. Ah, there we go. All right. Next we have the power cord, and Corsair's using a nice quality, flexible power cord with, let's see. Maybe we can even say what the, no, never mind. Anyway, it's thick. There. Enjoy that knowledge. All right, next we have some cable ties as well as a Corsair case badge. We also find 4 black screws. So if you want to make sure that the back of your case has black screws holding in the power supply instead of mismatched silver screws, then use that, and that will be good. Okay, let's have a look at the power supply itself, and then we'll look at the modular cables. So it comes in a nice little baggie here, which you could use to store your gym strip if you're in high school and you still need a little bag for your gym strip. So you could carry it to school in your Corsair bag, and then you'd be the talk of the town. Because realistically, once you unplug this power supply, or once you open up this power supply, you're pretty much going to use it forever because it's pretty darn good. Okay, wow, it's actually surprisingly small for an 850 watt unit. So they have a 120 mil fan, and you can see that even with only a 120 mil fan, it's not a particularly long power supply. I was actually expecting for an 80 plus power supply that it would be a little bit longer, because with the well-built quality units, unless they're using even more well-built, even higher quality components, you tend to see them a little bit bigger to make room for all of the extra junk inside. So here, if we look inside, you can see the heat sinks are actually quite small, and that's a product of this being a very, very efficient power supply. You don't have a whole lot of excess heat to get rid of when you're running with it. I meant running it. I didn't mean running with it. All right, let's have a look at the modular cables that we have included here. So, actually no, let's finish looking at the power supply, change my mind. Okay, so here we've got our 120 mil fan, as I mentioned before. We've got our kind of pretty much industry standard honeycomb grill on the back with an on-off switch and a power plug. Then on the top, oh yeah, this is a single rail power supply, check that out. 70 amps on the single 12 volt rail, up to 840 watts. Don't do that, it doesn't focus. Up to 840 watts on that single 12 volt rail. And then I think that's pretty much the highlight of that label. You can see there's a bit of a gold color scheme to the power supply, which goes along with its 80 plus gold rating. And then here is the modular interface. So let's look at what we would potentially plug into this. Okay, so this plug says 750, 850AX only. So only plug it into this. So it goes, wow, 10 plugs. That's kind of interesting. I wonder why they've gone and done that. So it goes where? I don't know where it goes. It goes here. Okay, so it looks like we have 2 plugs for either 4+4 or 8. Sorry about that, my memory card filled up, which happens a fair bit. Okay, so you can plug in up to 2 4+4 or 8-pin EPS connectors. So you can see that's what these 2 right here are for. And then, wow, there's so many cables in here. I mean, look at this. This is like ridiculous. Okay, so I'll go through and I'll find everything that is relevant. So here we have, this is 2 6+2 pin PCIe. So these ones plug in here. Presumably, somewhere. Here. No. Here. No. Okay, yeah. Okay, so you can plug in 2 6+2 pin PCIe, or you can plug in EPS connectors here. Okay. And then you can also plug in 6+2 pin connectors here. No. Wow, this is one of the more complicated modular interfaces I've seen, to be perfectly honest, because I don't actually see how to plug in. Oh, I guess you can't. I guess you can't plug in. Oh wait, here we go. Oh, I get it. Okay, here. So here we are. This is a 4+4 or 8-pin connector, and this one goes here. So then you can either plug in 2 6+2s times 2, so up to 4 6+2 pin PCIe connectors, or you can plug in 2 6+2 PCIe connectors and an additional 4+4. So if you have a board like a Rampage 3 Extreme that takes 2 8-pin CPU connectors, then you can plug those in, but then you can only run 1 high-powered graphics card, or you can plug in only 1 and you can run 2 high-powered graphics cards. Yes, we figured it out. Excellent. So then here's some Molex ones. Each of these has 4 Molexes on it, and that's pretty much the whole top row of connectors here. So this is for Molex and SATA, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those. All right, so let's go through here and see how many of those we have. So this is 4 SATA, this one is 4 SATA, this one is, 4-pin Molex to floppy adapter, because really most people don't use those anymore. Here's 2 SATA, and here is another Molex to floppy, just in case you're running Crossfire Radeon 9700 Pros. And then we've got another dual SATA. So you could potentially run 4+4 is 8, so 12 SATA connections off here, and then like 4 Molexes. And then last but not least, we have the 24-pin connector, which is broken up into 2 pieces. So you actually plug that in with 1 here at the bottom. So that's what that last rank on the bottom was for. And then 1 here at the top. And that is your 24-pin connector. Thank you for checking out our very confusing unboxing of the AX850 power supply from Corsair. Don't forget to subscribe.